Hello, welcome everybody to session number 3 of Tantric Sexuality with your sexual alchemist, Luna Sky Diamond. Last session, I was sharing that before entering into this wonderful tantric relationship with your partner or with yourself, it's important to come from a place of no lack and basically feeling that you are already everything that you need and that you are at peace and at ease and full self of acceptance. I was sharing in the last session that things that have worked for me, for instance, have been counseling. I was in counseling for five years. That was very empowering. And at the same time, I took Kundalini dance lessons and classes. Kundalini dance is like an evolutionary key because it's a dance, it's a practice that helps to open up all the chakras that eventually are gonna make us more powerful into the tantric relationship. I suggest you check it out. And Kundalini dance actually has a lot to do, or Tantric sexuality has a lot to do, same as Kundalini dance, with pranic breath and basically to be conscious about your breath and how you move the energy up the spine into the pineal gland, into the crown chakra. Also, things that I would encourage, or that have worked for me. Basically, what I'm sharing is my experience, and I hope it works for you. But whatever it is that works for you, that makes you happy, that makes you joyful and everything. To me, meditation every single morning, exercise, journaling, writing down my dreams. Let's see what else. Nutrition is very important, at least for me, to raise up my vibration. It's been already like 3 months it's been already like basically almost a year that I have just been down to fruits. So basically fruitarian. But let's say vegan, organic, non-GMO kind of thing, raw food, life force energy. Because you know what, my beautiful audience, whatever you ingest, if you ingest crap like GMOs and sugar and all that stuff, is going to feed your dead cells, so to speak. Basically death, going down the drain. The way you look, the way you feel, and health-wise. There is actually a super awesome documentary on GMOs, basically Monsanto, that is called Genetic Roulette. It's a wonderful documentary. So since I watched Genetic Roulette like a couple of years ago, I became totally non-GMO and organic. When I don't say totally, because guess what, I have kids. Not only that, but sometimes for convenience you wind up ordering a pizza or whatever it is. But for the most part, I try to eat organic, non-GMO, and raw if possible, because when we ingest life force energy like fruits, then we are feeding the life force energy within our bodies. Let's see. My computer is saying that my disk is almost full. I'm gonna have to clean it up. What else? Veggies, fruits, nuts, blah blah blah. Gratitude, a feeling of gratitude every day. Every day when I open up my eyes, I say, everything is going so well for me on all levels, in all ways and always, to no end. So these are things that bring me up in my vibration, so that when I get engaged in the tantric relationship with another, I am not coming from a place of lack and poor me, or I need you, or clingy, or anything like that, but from a point of empowerment. Now, back to the sexual alchemist the Tantric Relationship. I mentioned in the previous sessions that it is called alchemy. It's called alchemy because there is a substance to be transformed, which is basically our spiritual twin, our aura, our soul. Basically, is what I'm saying. Is the substance to be transformed. Transform into what? Into a super fucking awesome, powerful being like God. Like, you know what? Because in this world right now, if you're not happy, you're not fucking helping. So might as well be happy through sex in my particular case, or through whatever makes you happier. So the substance to be transformed is our spirit. The container is the relationship itself. The container, it's the container is a relationship based on trust, safety, and mutual appreciation of each other. Otherwise, it's not going to work. If you don't feel safe, for women, back in the Temple of Isis, there was a slang, and we used to say that the woman cannot open the floor. That means she cannot let go. She cannot surrender into the sexual experience, or sexual spiritual, of course, if she doesn't feel safe. So she won't open the floor. So opening the floor, when a woman and the divine feminine is opening the floor in our sexual relationship, is basically like a portal to divinity. So, but in order for that to happen, the container, feeling safe and appreciated. And what else? Let me see. Here we have, and the energy to be used in that alchemical reaction is awareness. So basically, the power and the intensity of the concentration with which we focus on the experience while we are having this sexual connection with somebody else. And awareness is basically to hold on the awareness constantly in the present moment, with the awareness that you are a god or a goddess, and that your beloved is a god or a goddess as well. And not only that, but I'm going to give you like little tricks about it. Let's say, part, like a lot of these exercise, when we go into the actual exercise while we are, it requires a little bit of practice before we engage into the relationship with another one, the sexual relationship. And it has a lot to do with practice of the pranic breath, which is basically bringing the breath from Mother Earth. And like for women or like men, you can just contract your Kegel muscle and bring all the energy from Mother Earth. Bring it back up to all the chakras. When I say all the chakras, they are the root chakra, the sexual chakra, the yellow one. How do you call it? Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. It skips to me. But then we come to the heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, and then to the crown. So pranic breath. Pranic breath, I don't want to make anything complicated for you, my beautiful audience. Pranic breath, basically in super long story short and super easy, is every single breath that we take consciously is a blessing and very, very Now, on the fourth session that I will be uploading hopefully in the next few days, I will be sharing the exercises that you do when you connect to another one, or when you are just practicing breath and arousal within yourself and bringing up all that power into your pineal gland and activating all the brain and the soul and the spiritual twin that is going to make you so powerful. When I say that it's going to make you so powerful, it's because it's going to make you so powerful spiritually. But when I say spiritually, it's basically your psychic abilities. First of all, to feel joyful, and second of all, to manifest faster everything that you want and desire. And in the meantime, not in the meantime, but I'm gonna close this session giving you 2 tips. One of them is that it is absolutely wonderful to get engaged sexually with a person, not only that you feel safe or appreciated by, but that actually you feel in love. And you know what? To fall in love with somebody, I can assure you that absolutely this is gonna work, and it has like nothing to do with the tantric lessons themselves, but I'm just sharing my personal experience, because it is awesome when you fall in love with another one. So here's one trick from Luna, Sky Diammond, a little tip to intensify the relationship between you and your partner. Whether you feel that you're already in love or not, I suggest to Google 36 questions to fall in love. You Google them and then they come up, and believe me, you follow that exercise of those 36 questions, that they start like, when you were a kid, what did you like? This and that. But as the questions move forward, they start getting kind of like deeper and deeper and deeper, and you really don't realize it until after the exercise is done, which is always closed with 4 minutes of eye-to-eye contact and soul gazing into each other's eyes. So it's absolutely beautiful, and believe me, guys and girls, it works. So please Google those 36 questions to fall in love. It has been developed by psychologists or whatever, and it's good to try theories to see if they work or not, and guess what? They work. And another tip that I want to share with you, for the girls, particularly all the women that are listening, is to practice constantly the tightening of the Kegel muscle, the same one that controls your urine. when you go to pee, if you stop going to pee, go back to go to pee. That's exactly the muscle right there, that if you contracted and exercises and contracted and like basically contracted exercises, and you can do it anywhere. Like you can do it in public transit, you can do it while you work at your office, I can do it while I practice my Reiki or whatever. I'm constantly contracting my Kegel muscle. Why? Because sexual relationships or sexual contact or everything, not only that, but because of health, that I'm not going to go into it right now. Basically, if you don't want to be having continency problems in the future, it's important to have all that muscle, like all the floor muscle, strong, because it holds all the organs and everything. But in this particular subject that we're talking about, relationships, sexual relationships, it intensifies way so much any kind of feeling while you are practicing the sexual relationship, because you can feel more. And not only it's just practice. Practice your Kegel or Kegel. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that. But just like practice it, exercise it consciously, and it will become strong, and it will give you more pleasure. So there you go. Thank you so much for listening. And then on the next session, I know that I keep saying on the next session, I'm going to tell you the practical exercises of breath and everything while you are having the orgasm, basically, and what happens to the body. All this is quantum physics, because it all has to do with energy. It all has to do with awareness. Energy follows awareness. So if we are concentrated in a particular thing, like transforming our spirit into that one of connection to God in a fourth density, heart open, then how awesome. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on my... Oh, yes! If you find that this video has been informative or informative, I guess, or has been helpful or whatever, I would appreciate, or it would be awesome if you go to my channel, Luna Sky Diamond, on YouTube, and donate to my channel. There is a click to donate to my channel button, or underneath this video I'm going to put a link to donate as well. I appreciate, thank you so much for everybody who has been supporting me with this Tantric Sexuality series. I thank you, my beautiful, for all of you who have written to me, giving me suggestions and or gratitude or everything like that. I'm so happy I'm here, and I'm here for you. I'll see you on the 4th session. Aloha. Cheers. I'm gonna be in Hawaii pretty soon. So happy. Love you all.